Ho ho!
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good, it's happening.
Yeah.
This is it.
Sweet.
I get my drink. I'm ready to go.
Cool.
So,
Awesome.
so what are we doing again? You're gonna draw me and ask me questions. Is that what's happening?
Yeah. So like essentially, when I sent you that message, it was kind of just like a spontaneous idea. Like,
I like it.
hey, let me just like draw you face to face over a live interface. Because this is essentially something that I would like to go in the direction of, is creating like sort of like these virtual meetings with random people, and basically it's almost like, in a sense, an online busking session where people can just kind of join in on my live, and then I could be like, hey, who wants to get drawn, and then someone logs on.
Yeah, I like it, dude.
That's just kind of like the idea that I had.
Okay, go for it.
Actually, this is the first time also like doing something like this, like face to face with you.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty great. It's a little bit nerve-wracking, but
You got it. That's good.
Cool. Okay, sweet. So I'm just gonna like go ahead and draw you. It might take like, it might not be the best, so like don't have the highest expectations. Cool.
I'm down for the experiment.
So if you want, like while I'm busy drawing you, you're welcome to like maybe chat to your audience or my audience, or you know, it's kind of up to you. It's a very like sort of like informal thing, if that's cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking. Like I thought you wanted to ask me questions as we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. To be honest, I didn't have any like questions prepared because I wanted it to be kind of like as spontaneous as possible. So just kind of being thrown in the deep end.
So you want me to answer? You want me to talk to the group, and you're just basically going to draw me while I talk to the group?
Yeah, or I can still ask you questions. I mean, we can just have like a casual conversation. I mean, yeah.
It's up to you. What do you want? You tell me. If we're gonna do like, I should go to my account and do it because I'll get questions if I'm on mine.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you questions while I draw you. I'm gonna see if I can do this. I'm gonna see if I can like engage and like multitask. Okay, cool.
All right. So, well, I can also. Okay. Also, guys, as you watch, if you have questions, pop it down below, and I'll do my best to answer as we go.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, like this is like.
Do we get to see you drawing, or we're gonna see your face?
Okay, so that was also something that I figured I had to kind of figure out.
Okay.
Is what I can do is I can pop this up over here. I just don't know if it's like big enough.
I can kind of see it.
Yeah, let me bring it a bit closer.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
You can kind of see it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there we go. So you won't be looking at me. So I guess I'll be talking to you, but you just won't. You'll be looking at the drawing.
That's
while
fine.
I talk to you.
That's okay. I'll look at the drawing. Here we go.
Okay, cool. So I guess my first question could actually be.
This is great. I love this so much.
When you go live, like for the first time, like what would your advice be for people that maybe aren't so like accustomed to like putting themselves out there like this? What would your advice be for them to, I don't know, in terms of like staying like calm and, you know, like while they're doing
don't make that a criteria.
Yeah.
Right? Like start drawing.
Yeah.
I'll answer as we go. Don't teach yourself that you only do things when you're calm. Like don't make calm have to be a criteria for you to do something. You should embrace things that scare you. Right? So like what would happen is, I'm only gonna go live if I'm calm, and then I'm not calm, so then you don't go live and you don't do the thing that you want to do. So if you're scared of it, then you lean in and do it. I love your inspired action. You got the idea of, hey, I want to do this thing that I've never done before. I'm going to draw somebody, ask some questions, do it live on Instagram. People will watch and try to do an interview at the same time.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. It might be a complete flop, but I thought at the end of the day, it will be like a learning experience. And
that's all. But that's it. That's the whole thing, man. That's how. So don't expect it to be perfect. It's probably going to be it may not be your best drawing. It may not be your best interview. Because it's all happening at the same time. So don't expect it to be great. So don't expect you to be calm when you're trying something new. Because if you have that expectation, then you feel like a failure when you feel like you're stressed out. You should have energy. You should have emotions. You should be a little nervous. That's okay. It's normal.
Yeah.
Somebody's asking me, how do I create the post? So I don't use a program. I have an artist who does like my cartoons on my team. And that's what she does. That's like her full-time job is creating illustrations on my account. I love this idea. So yesterday I joined somebody's TikTok live, and what she was doing was she colors her Bible as she does, not like a person drawing, but she draws in her Bible. So she'll take a page in her Bible and like read a quote or something, and then she draws in the margins, and people watch her as she draws, and she kind of chit-chats and gets involved with people. But that started off as an experiment, and then she likes it. Like, if you could have these every time you draw, could be a live interaction with people, and it doesn't have to be always paying attention to the chat, but you're basically having your friends over, so you don't feel as, it's not just you, right? You got people with you.
Cool. I hear you. And how would you like recommend sort of attracting like a larger audience to lives like this? Would you say just essentially growing your Instagram accounts, or is there perhaps like another way to kind of get people, to basically build a bit of an audience?
I would do what you're doing with me. I would use this as an example to get other people who you look up to and respect, who you like, who have some kind of an audience. And then offer to do the live. I would show an example, like, you've got this as an example, and here's what I did with Evan, and here's my first, picture.
This one, I'm going to start this again, just by the way. I'm going to put that aside and do it again.
Okay, round one, all good.
Okay, cool.
I would also pre-plan 5 questions that you want to ask them. Yeah. Okay. So that you could focus on your drawing and not also be challenged with thinking up, how do I come up with questions on the spot? Because it's taxing. It's taxing to be a good interviewer, and then at the same time try to draw is really difficult. So I'd come up with, okay, I'm going to have Evan on my show. What are the 5 things I want to ask him? And I would just write them down on a piece of paper next to you, so that you can ask the question, the person talks, and you're half listening and drawing. And then maybe you interact with that question, move on to the next question. And then I would do that. I would do 1 a day. Okay. Like, that's part of your daily drawing session.
Okay, sweet, man. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is, so like, look, essentially like, I got started doing this, like going to bars and stuff, right? So I just like approach a random person, and then I would have my clipboard with me, and I'll be like, hey, do you mind if I draw you, like, free of charge, just like for practice. So maybe like let me try that, like just kind of like try drawing you as if like with the board facing me, so you can't actually see what I'm doing. Okay. And then seeing if it's like just more. Okay, sweet. Do you mind like looking to the side, like just a little bit?
Like this way?
Yeah, just a little bit. Maybe this way, the other way. Yeah.
This way?
Cool. There we go.
This way.
Sweet.
So if you're gonna do something like this, then I would have something behind you that for people who don't know who you are, who are coming, who maybe know me, have something behind you, like on that white. Is that a clipboard? Like, what's that white thing behind you?
Okay, so this is an easel, just with like a board.
So I would write on the board, "Hi, I'm Mike. I'm drawing Evan today."
Okay, cool. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So if somebody's popping in, they're like, "What's happening?" It doesn't look like you're drawing. It looks like you're taking notes on something I'm saying.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So for somebody who hops in to say, "Oh, this is cool," right? And then they know what it's all about. If you prefer to do this, and so that people can't kind of see along, they only see kind of the finished product.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And then you can even practice it with people who, like, how many people follow you on Instagram?
Not that many. I have like maybe 400 followers.
Perfect. You reach out to them even just for practice. You say, "Hey, I'd love to do it with you."
So I think like some people, I have sort of tried that as well, and I think some people are like maybe a bit shy to come onto a live. So I think that's also where a little bit of a challenge would be, is to actually get someone. But like, like reaching out to people, like people that.
But if you show an example, and you have 400 people who follow you, man, that's a good number.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Like, inside of that, you're gonna have you're gonna have 50, 20 who will say yes.
Yeah.
Go line up your next 20 people.
Yeah.
You'll get some people who say yes.
So another strategy that I was using to like kind of gain a following is to try to draw influencers. Like yourself, I've sent you that one digital caricature that I did.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem was some of them like didn't really like it that much. So obviously they wouldn't like post it.
Yeah.
But like I really just took that as like a learning experience as well, because like I'm used to drawing live and just, you know, interacting with people live. So to actually like sit and do a drawing and then send it to someone. So yeah, I was actually thinking like, I wonder if that's still something that I should maybe continue on the side, or would you say I should just try to like focus on, you know, the live stuff? Yeah.
I like both. I think even with the live stuff, if you want to try to make them look good, right? I mean, any portrait artist, if like Napoleon hired somebody to come and do his portrait,
yeah,
they're not going to make him look fat. You know, you're always creating art. You know, you want that person, they have a perception of what they look like. And most cartoon caricatures that you would see in a newspaper or something always accentuate like the worst features, right? They make their ears extra big, or hair extra scraggly, or beer belly extra big, and all that, right? Which is entertaining and funny to look at, but that person would never share that as look at me, right?
Yeah.
Now I saw one of your guys posted his picture as his avatar on Instagram.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right? One of the guys did it. He liked it so much that he made it his profile picture. And I've actually done that in the past too for someone who made a picture of me. I really liked it, and for 2 days or a week or whatever, I had that as my profile picture until I switched it back. So it's thinking you got to make the person look good, that they would want to share. Yeah. If you make them look good, they'll easily share it. Like it's a why not? But if they don't like it, then they're not going to share it. So it's I don't want it to mess up with your art. Like if you love doing it, you like making people look funny, then there's ways. But that, like, even the live thing wouldn't work so well. You don't want somebody to see your picture live and like, oh man, what did you do to my nose, or what did you do to my whatever?
Exactly.
Right?
I guess that's why, like, when I'm like out with people and stuff, it's kind of like adds that entertainment value. So it's almost like people want me to, like, you know, draw their friends like with, you know, like a massive nose or massive ears or something. But so I realized, like, obviously with Instagram, it's maybe like a different ball game in that sense, where people kind of want their best features, like you said, to be shown. Yeah. Well,
especially in Instagram, which is meant to be a more, you think of what people are posting, like you can get a sense of the person's style by looking at their IG, and how much do they take themselves seriously? Is every photo beautiful and perfect, and them on the beach and them on the car, and like they really care about their look? Are they do they make fun of themselves? Have they ever posted anything of them looking stupid? Right? Like that will give you a sense of their personality. And also, even just in talking to them, how easygoing are they? Right? But in general, I think people would want themselves to look good, as opposed to but not that you're drawing somebody else. It's not recognizable. You know, like oh, you just drew Arnold Schwarzenegger, right, or something. So you want to. That's the balance.
This one isn't like super great either. I actually drew one earlier for practice. Yeah, this is, I don't know. That's not a very flattering image. I'm sorry, but yeah.
That's okay, but that's part of the process, right?
Yeah.
So there's a guy.
I was doodling earlier. And then I just to kind of prepare for the Instagram Live. So I don't know what you feel about that one, but
there you go. That's still very like caricature-esque, right? If you look at it's good that like people say, hey, that looks great, right? If you're doing caricature, then that kind of style looks great on like big head, and then you do like a tiny neck and tiny body and some expression or something, or some like, you know, take my airplane or something that I do and put that in, you know, in the cartoon. And some people do like that. I think if you look at my my cartoons, I have cartoons of me on my own account, which is rare, right? Like most people don't have cartoons of themselves on there, but that'll give you like those are ones that now I don't review every one of them and I don't really care like too much, but that gives you a sense of the style and art. Now maybe you don't like that. Like I don't want to force you into something that you don't that's like feels too it'll work, but it feels too off what you want to do. You know, if you like the caricature style, you got to figure out who would appreciate and find value in the caricatures. Yeah. Right. It could be that if it's for their friends, maybe you do like if you find that when people are hiring you on the street or you're drawing pictures on the street, what they like best is when you're doing something of their friend and making their accents look bigger. Is that what you like the best?
Like I would like to kind of go into like a more, because like even if you look at my characters, like some of my live drawings that I do at weddings and that, like I don't accentuate their features too much all the time. Like a lot of times I keep it subtle, and I guess it's kind of like a slight subtle exaggeration. So it's not too much, and at the same time kind of, so I guess like a mild exaggeration is kind of what I'm going for. Generally.
So I guess I think like, so for example, at my wedding, there's this picture of JFK and his wife, Jackie, where they were sitting down, where like JFK was sitting down and his wife, Jackie, was like, had her hand on his shoulder or something. And I really liked that picture. I thought it was super elegant. I'd never seen a picture kind of like that. And so for my wedding invitation, that's what we used. I took a picture myself of like me and my fiance, wife to be, in that pose. And then what we did was when we had our wedding, we hired a photographer to come and take every couple in that same position. So professional picture of, like, we showed them the Jackie and JFK one, and the instructor, that was basically their whole job, was get everybody to come in one couple at a time. And then the man sits like this and put your hand like this, and the woman put your hand like this, on the guy. And we wanted to give them a professional picture, because how often do you have a professional picture with your significant other? It's not that often that people book these things. And so our goal was, hey, we want to give them a picture that makes them feel special, because it's also like JFK and Jackie and elegance, but a picture that they would want to put on their mantle. Like they would want to take that home and be proud of this picture. And people were then messaging us right after, like, how do we get that picture that you took? It's like, well, let my photographer, like, he's taking 1,000 pictures. Let him give us a little bit of time to get it to you. But that is the goal, of not just having throwaway art, but that people would take what you're doing, even if it takes you something. It doesn't have to take you 8 hours to make this thing. But even in that moment is something that they want to keep and they want to treasure. Right? So, as a wedding example, like when you've done this at different people's weddings, how many of them would then take your picture and do something with it, and like put it up on take a picture and put it on their Instagram, or put it on their mantle at home, or want to print it off, or get a digital copy? Like, are they spending time with it after, or was it, that was a party gag, that was fun, like, look at that, versus like, this is, because that changes you as an artist. I mean, it depends what you want to be, I guess. If you want to be the party gag guy and you get hired to do weddings,
so that's the thing. Like, of course, I would want to kind of refine it to a point. I believe, like, from going to bars and stuff, like, I have heard from other people, like, like, they put my stuff in frames. And at first I was actually really surprised, like, wow, they actually, like, framed it and put it up and did something. But obviously, like, you get some people, they would react, and they would, like, either, like, really like it, or they won't like it, but you can still kind of see they just kind of want to be nice, and like, they're like, yeah, it is kind of cool. But look, like, I fully accept I've got like a long way to go, and to like grow as an artist and just get better.
Sure. But talking to that, you know what I would do? I would call up that guy, try to get on a call or video call with the guy who put it as his profile picture, and ask him, because that was a full color one, I think, right? It's a blonde guy.
Yeah. He's actually a South African actor. He's like in some Netflix series.
Awesome.
But yeah.
So this is great. Like, he's an actor, somebody who typically is very concerned about appearances. you won't see very many actors, actresses post a profile picture of them looking with giant teeth or like whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like the things that they're already insecure about typically now get highlighted and make it look even kind of worse than what it was before. But what was it about your style in that portrait that you did of him that made him want to post? Like, why did he like it? And try to get specific. I like how you showed my eyes. I like how you made my hair extra curvy. I like whatever. Besides just, I like it. Yeah, that was really cool, Mike. I just really like it. And then try to use that as learning. As long as it fits again within your style. I don't want to throw you into now being a different kind of artist that then feels inauthentic.
No, I'm pretty flexible. Like, I mean, I guess I'm still trying to discover my style and yeah. Also,
I think it's a big opportunity if people are now updating their profile pictures showing this, especially if you can put them in an outfit that is timely or, you know, like if you put somebody's face on, you know, they're a Star Wars fan, so you give them a lightsaber or something like right? That. Then that makes it cool. Like, hey, look at me, I'm a Star Wars, you know. Alex on my team, I commissioned a picture of him where he's standing in his outfit, and we made him a little skinnier than he actually was at the time. You know, made him stand tall, like more than he slouches a little bit. So it's like make him look good. But then the shadow, so like a picture as a shadow, the shadow on the wall, you could see Superman. So it's like he is Superman.
Yeah, I get it.
And so then that's up on his wall, and he looks at that, and he's taking pictures, and he's part of his stories and all that.
Like another idea I had was also like you know, like approaching influencers like you on Instagram that do regular posts, right? So what I would do is like maybe find someone with like a large following and then ask, hey, can I design your next post, turn you into a cartoon? If you like it, you can post me up and just like sort of tag me in the credits. You know, just in a sense as a way of like getting my name. Yeah.
Like if you it just have to, again, it comes back to, and I just have to pop to another call, but it comes back to making them look good, right? Like if you took one of my cartoons and say, hey, let me do it in my style, and it's something that looks good, I'll post it. I think other people would post it too. Yeah, nice, man. Cool, man. Well, I got to pop. Cool. Thank you for the fun. Okay, sweet. Yeah, thanks for the call, man. I'm cheering you on, man. I want to see you win. Cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Much love. Keep up. Cheers.